Hello and welcome to another video here on Let's Talk WireShark. I have installed on this machine, which is the Victim, a web application. It's called BWAP. It's an intentional, very buggy web app. And I've started MySQL here on the Victim, and I also started an Apache server. Let me just see if I can pull in the other window here one more time. Let's see. No, that's not the way. How is it I'm doing it? I keep forgetting. There we go. This is the web application. Now I already pressed enter a few times, just to verify that it works and WireShark was recording. So I only recorded the actual GET request of the root page, which is the very most normal thing to see in network traffic when you look at log files in some way. Now this is of course WireShark, and this is a heavy duty GUI, and it doesn't really do its job when it's large scale traffic or anything, but it's gonna work for just the purpose of analyzing traffic in a certain amount of size. To my experience, around the 500 gigabyte 500 megabyte is around the max that I would put into WireShark. But if you've got time, and a really big computer, you can of course go with a larger file. However, we're gonna look at what really happens when you just visit, walking an application. Now this is just a typical application. I have my attacker machine here. It's Ubuntu. You've seen it before if you watch my videos. It's on the 130, which is the top here address. It's a SYN flag. We can see that in just WireShark. And the 128, which is the machine that's running the web server, is the one that I also put here as the IP address. Now, while I visit this, it's very normal. You press Control R, Control F5 to reload the page, at least if it's been a while you visited it. Now, depending on who you are, that might look suspicious in a log file when someone requested the same website 5-6 times, because people are kind of impatient. These days are even more impatient. And it's just, the truth behind that is all the social media and the constant feeding of the feeds, and always something new to look at. You just swipe up and down, left and right, and boom, you next. Now, when web pages are slow, the way people they react is usually by refreshing, and something refreshing a lot from different devices and so on, and they can be in the same building. So sometimes it could be 500 people from the same IP address requesting the same page 500 times within 10 seconds. And that's just the way it is. It can even be 2,000 times if it just refresh, at the same time. It's a little likely that all people will do it, but you get the point, I guess. So we're also going to try some. Okay, so I pressed login. Oh, I forgot to type it. It does say B box, so I write B, but I write B again with a box, so I didn't get it. So I'm like, oh, what did I do then? I try again and write B-U-G-G, and So now I got it. Oh yeah, I wrote it wrong. So B bug. Now that I'm logged in, I do see that I have different kind of things. It's a fly, go away. That I can do. I can do injection, reflected, and different kind of things. A lot of things to hack on this particular thing here. Now, of course, this is an intentional vulnerable. I can even set the security level. I can access different box from here. I can change my password. I can do different kind of things, and depending on all these kind of things here, that is something you need to keep in your mind when you write your rules for intrusion detection or intrusion prevention system. Now, if this was like, let's say, Snort rules, and I use Snort usually as an example because that's what I did some videos about, and I kind of feel that Snort is easy to come by, and it's not, it is okay, it's not bad or anything, it's a really good IDS IPS, so I like Snort a lot. So imagine writing rules for Snort, and what you do is you map out the functionality and figure out what would an attack look like in this particular example. What would an attack look like if you change password? Now, that would probably be either a cross-site request forgery or some cross-site scripting, or yeah, I guess that's about it. Because the way it would function is that, unless of course that the the person trying to reset the password do know something about you. They can just do it, or the person can do it directly from the web page, and that is a thing, right? Go away, fly. And so of course that is something you need to figure out and verify. And we're gonna, of course, we could change, but not really gonna do that because it's just an application. So what I'm doing now is just go to some intentional HTML injection get, and just say hack this. And we have this typical form here, and we are actually playing a hacker right now. So we have this HTML injection, and let's just try to write my name is Daniel, and my last name is this, for example. Then I press go, and I say welcome. Okay, so what if I did something like h1 and say like Daniel and h1 like this, and then my last name again, and press enter. I would get this, and this is actually a reflected HTML injection attack. Now we're not. This video is not for exploits or talking about why it works and stuff, but we still need to understand that this is an actual attack, and if you know what this HTML injection is, you should probably stop the video right now and go and read about it, and then come back to the video again afterwards. Then it would make a lot more sense, I guess. Other things we can also try to choose from the top now here is, let's see, iframe injection. Let's see what that is. So you I'm not really sure what to do here, to be honest, but it does say that we have different kind of. Oh yeah. Let's see. We have some parameters up here, and it's a GET request. Let me see. Did it say that? No, just here. So it's difficult to zoom on this, but as you can see, this is a URL variable or GET parameter, and it's a robot.text and gives some width and some height. So it's actually, I would say that this is probably an iframe. We could probably write, say, right click and then look for source user agent. Can we find this? That's someone right here. No. Can we find more of it? Yeah, it's I just let's just quit this for now and just say, can I access the developer tool, and just go to this part here, and we will probably pretty fast find out that this is just an iframe just by analyzing stuff. No, it's a pre-tag. Wow, I really say that's I didn't expect that. Anyways, I'm pretty sure we could probably do something here. Not really sure what it would be, but if I alter the numbers, 25, 25. Oh, there we go. Yeah, then it's the height is really bad. It is an iframe in some way, and we could probably you can try and add in anything here and just see what happens. And at some point we probably gonna hit through, and we're just trying to, well, basically get something not found. So we have something including stuff, but we're not here to exploit, we're just here to record some traffic, and I think we recorded enough right now. So we're gonna pull this out here and say let's have a look at the traffic in WireShark. So I'm gonna stop it now and then say we have some traffic here, and now we can actually pull this down here. It's right here. Wow, I must say. So we can see all the traffic here, and it just looks very normal, and it's like, yeah, it's just HTTP. So let's try and filter out and say just HTTP then. Now we see stuff like, let's see here, and now my pulley thing disappeared. Is that really, why is this? Oh well, this is the way it is for now. So we're gonna scroll instead. We're on the top. So we see here that we have some access to the login page, and then login, and we can see GET request, and nothing dangerous about a GET request, right? And we just scroll through and we note the IP. You know, you might have some rule saying, okay, so someone is requesting the same page more than normal, I guess you can say. Well, then you maybe alert it out and look at it at some point. Unless it's something more serious than that, it's no need to look at it right now, but I think it's a quite interesting font name. It's called the Architect's Daughter. But apart from that, it doesn't really do anything to me. Let me see. So we look at this even more, and we have some HTML5 here, and now we have a login page. Okay, so we have a GET request, and yeah, okay, so now we get a post request here, and I do see this. So can we actually, what is this, like http dot request, what was it again, dot method, is it like this? Oh yeah, it's like that. So now we have the full control over the post request. Now we can see that we have different kind of post request, and we could actually look up and see if we can get some form encoded data. The first one is empty, bb, bbug, bbug, b2, whatever. And we can see that this one here is the one that's gonna be successful. So we do have some recorded logins with me trying to log in. And if I saw this and I knew that, okay, so there's a user called, let's say, Carl, and the password is 123, then I would see Carl again and some other password, and then Carl and the right password. Now, it's very uncommon that a brute forcer would guess right in the third attempt. So I wouldn't necessarily do anything about this, but you need to be aware that, you know, if you see stuff like this, more than this, then you would definitely need to do something about it, which is what we're talking about. So now let's look at all the GET requests, and we get like a pretty good idea of a lot of things. We're just scrolling down here and see that we have our pages, and of course we do not have a page named, let me see if we can find it again, just saw before, HTML I as injection. You know, it would be highly weird to have a page name like that. Then we can look at the data one more time and just verify that so that's not really what it had. Nothing. Let's look one more time. I have something there, and then I type something, as you can see, also see my name in the text. You can scroll down and see that there's something here. Where was it again? There it is. We take the next one and see, okay, so now I do H1, so now you have some injection. Now, if you were to detect this in certain ways, you know, you would have to in some way look for stuff and tags, you know, that shouldn't be here. So maybe you look for URL encoded stuff like percentage signs and stuff. Then you could probably output possible HTML injection attempt, and then you can log it and maybe log that IP out for a certain amount of time. But there's also a principle of blocking, which is it's gonna DOS your own service in a way, but that's different talk to different day. So now that we got a overview of what there is, and and we talked about different kind of attacks and stuff, I think for this video my thoughts is, when you're gonna create your IDS and IPS rules, you need to be aware of what kind of traffic you're creating them for. You need to know the application. You will not just be hired in and just do the rules. You need to know what it is you're doing, and of course also what is the application, what is the normal traffic look like. So you need to also have a picture of the normal traffic and see that, well, what is going on and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's for this video. We got to a certain point. I hope you learned something about it, and also next time we're gonna have a really nice day and see you again online. Bye.